Hello, everyone. We are live here at our Live Fit Detox webinar online, www.livefitdetox.com with Sharon Fiani. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce the lady of the moment, Mrs. Sharon Fiani.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is so exciting. I love technology. I'm here in my office in Montego Bay, and many of you are from around the world, which is so exciting, not just Kingston. So welcome to this webinar, and I'll tell you a little bit about what's going to happen today. I'm going to try and keep it to 1 hour, even though there is a lot of information and I know you'll have a lot of questions. Thank you to Monique for setting this all up. Monique is my right and left hand. And if you have any technical difficulties at all, look at your little message box on your right-hand side and just message and say not hearing or have a question or something, and Monique will take it from there. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about why you need to detox. We're going to talk about the reasons your body is telling you need to detox, because your body is your greatest teacher. We're going to talk about what happens inside of you, not just outside and how you feel, but what's really physically happening inside of you when your body is in a toxic state. And then we're going to talk about the positive things, what we're going to do about it. We're going to talk about my 7-day Live Fit Detox transformational program, because it's not just a detox really about food. It's really about a life transformation. We're going to talk about the 5 pillars of my program and the 3 phases of it. Then I'm going to pause and give you time for Q&A, for questions and answers. And then we'll pick it back up again and get to really the meat of the discussion is, if you're going to do this detox with me in Kingston, and so many of you have joined us from overseas or outside of Kingston, so I'm assuming that you want to join us online, how it can work that way online, and also if you're in Kingston, what are the dates and times you need to commit to, because this is a big commitment. It's a commitment not to me but to yourself, so you really have to make sure you have time to do this. And then we'll get to the nitty-gritty like payment, and I have a very special offer today up until midnight. I'm going to be giving a special discount to anyone who listen to the webinar and is going to sign up and pay for the program today. So space is limited. So before I begin, let me put on my granny glasses here. Anybody has any questions quickly? Can everybody hear from me right now? We're live. Okay, Natasha is live. I see Chevy. Okay, awesome. All right, so Monique is going to help me scroll through a PowerPoint program here, which will help me to move through this, this program today. So Monique, can we start and move to the next page? Here, okay, to the next page on the PowerPoint.
There we go.
Here we go. Okay, Monique, is everybody on who needs to be on right now?
I see quite a few people on right now. Only Chevy has identified herself.
Okay, if anybody else wants to identify yourself, please do so. We are all going to be one big tribe very shortly, so put your name up and identify. I'd love to know who is up there. I know who was registered, but I'd love to see who is up there. Okay, so first things first, the big why. Whenever you're about to embark on a big thing in your life, like a marriage or a new job or a move, you need to ask yourself why. So committing to a detox is a big why. Why are you doing this? Well, there are going to be a myriad of individual reasons why you're doing this detox. Some of you are coming here because you have been suffering from Chick V, or you have suffered from Chick V and it's just still in your body and you need to let it go. Chick V is like one big giant toxin and we need to release it. There are people who are coming for various reasons. But there's a big general reasons why we need to detox, and that's because the world is toxic. Sad to say, but the world is toxic, and if we are a reflection of the world, then most of us living in the world today, our bodies are overloaded with toxins, and I'll explain that why in the next sheet. You can move ahead, Monique. So this is pretty straightforward, but it's just and nothing that you don't know, but let's start with food and drink. Most of the food and drink that we are eating today in the modern world is processed. It has been added to. It's genetically modified. It is so far from the source. It is so far from the ground that it grows from to your plate, into your body, into your mouth, that so many different things have had to happen to the food for it to get on your plate, that it probably has very little vitality or stuff in it that you need. The fertilizers, the pesticides, the things that are being put on food now to make the food grow, to make it look good, is no, but I don't really need to expand on this. If it comes in a box, a can, or a bag, it's processed generally, and it is probably not doing your body too much good. Another big thing that is causing toxins in our body is medication, antibiotics, painkillers. So if you have been on a lot of medication for CHIKV, or you've gone through various illnesses and you've been on rounds and rounds of antibiotics, definitely that has a toxic effect on your body and can be cleared up and needs to be cleared up. The water that we drink, I don't care if the water is coming out of a water bottle, which you shouldn't be drinking too much of, plastic bottles, or it's coming from the sky through a funnel into your house, there's acid rain. Water from the dams and the things that we're drinking are so contaminated with pesticides and runoffs from the earth that most of the water that we're drinking is contaminated. The air that we're breathing, the car exhaust, the burning garbage, the spraying for mosquitoes, the cleaning products that we're using in our house. Here's another big toxin, this little new appendage to our bodies that doesn't leave our side, it's always there. But this little thing here is radiating all the time, emitting radiation to your body. So is the screen that I'm looking at, the TV that you're watching. And then last but not least, the toxins in our relationships, the toxins in our workplaces, the environments that we're in. So just the fact that we're living in the 21st century means that our bodies are burdened with toxins that probably did not exist 25 or 50 years ago, or maybe even 25 years ago. So toxins turn into acid in the body, and I'll explain shortly how acid inhibits the body's ability to absorb nutrients, and that by resting and repairing your body, we can get you back to a state of equilibrium. Okay? Sounds good. So bottom line is, the world is toxic, therefore our bodies are a reflection of the world, and 90% of us are walking around with toxic overload. Okay, so what are some of the signs of toxic overload? Let's get to that. Bloating, indigestion, acid stomach. Now, if any of these sound like something that you have, just put a little thing in the chat. Say, yes, that's me. Bloating, indigestion, acid stomach, feeling swollen all the time. You know, full of gas. You can't, you have a pain in your stomach. You just feel uncomfortable when you eat. Constant sinus and allergies. Swollen around the eyes, you know, constantly nose running, eyes running, allergic reactions to things. Headaches, migraines. If you're suffering from migraines constantly, this is an indication of toxic overload. Moodiness, depression, anxiety. This is another sign that the body is out of balance. Insomnia, can't sleep at night. Or even if you do get to sleep at night, you're waking up not feeling rested, always tired. Eczema, skin rashes, acne, adult acne that suddenly appears, or rashes on the chest or the back of the arms. Elbows itching, knees itching, these are all signs. You can move to the next page too. Thank you, Monique. More signs. If you're unable to fight off illness, if you seem to be getting every single thing, cold, flu, stomach bug that comes your way, you catch it, that's a sign that your body's immunity is low, and the reason you have low immunity is because you're in toxic overload. Also, people who have had the chickpea and seem to be getting relapses, reoccurrences, that is a sign. Chronic fatigue, always exhausted no matter how much rest you get. This is a very big one. Inflammation and joint pain. Early onset of rheumatoid arthritis, pains in your joints, young people experiencing. Constipation or constant diarrhea. Something's wrong with the digestive system. Remember, the gut, your belly is where 90% of all dis-ease begins, in your belly, in your digestive system. Another big thing is unable to lose weight no matter what you're doing. You're working out, you're eating right, you're doing everything. Let's go back there 1 second. Working out, eating right, going to the gym, doing all the right stuff, but you just cannot lose that last 10 pounds, and especially when the weight is accumulating around the belly area, so belly fat. And then last but not least, just being unable to focus, memory loss. You walk into a room, you don't know where you are, why you got there, you are having a conversation with somebody and you forget what you're talking about mid-sentence. You are in toxic overload. Does this sound like anybody out there? Give me some feedback. Yes or no? Just answer in the chat down below. Because if nobody's feeling any of those things, I don't need to continue. You're all perfect. All right, you're shy. Okay, so very quickly, I'm going to run through what's happening in the body when you're in toxic overload. Monique, can you just do a double check that everybody is able to enter the chat and everybody's hearing everything? How can you do a test?
Sure. I'm just going to do a quick refresh on the chat box, and I'll let you know when you make another.
Thank you, because I'm seeing a cross in the microphone muted on my thing.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you quite fine.
Okay. Chevy, can you hear me? I'm not sure, Monique, if everybody can hear.
We can hear. We can hear.
Yeah? For sure? Okay.
For sure, we can hear.
Okay. So what's happening in the body when we're in toxic overload? Let me just pause here to say to everybody, I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I don't claim to be at all. What I can say is that at this point I've had over 30 years in the health, wellness, fitness world. And this program has been developed over the last 4 years, and the combination of all the elements of the program are what works. Now, I'm not going to probably explain to you what's happening in the body in the most perfect medical terms, but I'm going to give it to you in terms that helped me to understand, so that you can understand what happens when your body is in toxic overload, when you're feeling 1 to 3 at least of those symptoms that I just talked about. So we all know that the liver is the main detox control center in the body. Okay, that's the main organ for detox. But the liver also has 6 other channels of elimination to help him or her, whatever you want to call it. I call him him. The 6 channels of elimination are your lymphatic system, which removes and transports waste from your cells. Lymphatic system is just below the surface of the body. Your colon, which excretes solid waste. Your kidneys, which excrete acidic waste. Your sinuses, which are a channel to remove and trap toxins and take them out through the mucus. Your lungs, which filter and purify the air that you breathe. And your skin, the largest organ in the body, which helps with the backup of waste removal. So the more that you sweat, the more that you remove toxins from your body. So those are the 6 channels of elimination that help the liver. Let's move to the next slide here. So what happens when the poor liver and those 6 channels of elimination get backed up? There's so much acid, so much toxins being dumped into the body. This is what happens. So the normal range, the normal pH range for your body is about 7.36. What happens where the body has a ton of toxins in it, the toxins translate into the body as acid. What happens when you dump acid into a swimming pool or into a toilet? It burns everything, correct? So 2 things happen to your blood when acid gets dumped onto it or into it. One thing is the cells start to form a protection layer, a mucus barrier around them. So the cells are saying, oh my God, protect me from this acid. So they form a layer of mucus around them. The other thing that cells do when they start to get attacked by acid is to coagulate, to join up together so that they can start to protect each other. So they actually kind of coagulate together, and so they almost start, instead of flowing freely through your body or your blood cells become like sludge. So what happens when the cells form this barrier around them to protect them from the acid and also huddle up together is that they're protecting themselves from the bad stuff, the acid, but they're also not able to absorb all the good things that your body needs to work efficiently. Does that make sense? Okay. The product that they're using to form around them to protect themselves is actually cholesterol. It's a mucus barrier also produced by the poor liver. So here the liver is trying to do everything possible to detox your body on a daily, regular basis. But then your body has dumped so much toxins into it, it also has to produce extra cholesterol to protect itself. So 9 times out of 10, you find people with high acidity in their bodies also have high cholesterol. Okay? So let's move on to the next program. Let me just back up on something that was on the other slide, though. Not only does it translate into a very acidic blood and acidic situation inside your body, but an acidic body also tends to reflect acidic emotions. So you're going to find people who are generally more toxic generally have more toxic emotions, like very stressed out, fearful, angry all the time, worrying all the time. They're not present because an acidic body also reflects into acidic emotions. Okay, let's move on. Anytime you have questions, let me know. So if you do not address the acidity in your body, if you are experiencing 1 or 2 of those symptoms that we talked about over time, and then another one creeps in and another one, your body is trying to tell you something, right? If you don't address this, if you don't bring your body back into an alkaline state, soon the body is going to start to draw on its calcium stocks. Inside our body, actually, stocks of calcium, because calcium helps to neutralize acid. Where are your calcium stocks? They're in your bones, they're in your teeth. This is why over time you start to develop osteoporosis, bad teeth, all kinds of things start to happen. So my main tenet in my program here is to change the state of your body from an acidic state to a more acid, to a more alkaline state. Okay, what you're looking at right here now is a pH chart, and I'm going to show you this. These are pH strips, the little tiny strips which form the foundation of my program. 3 times for the program, you're going to be asked to pee in a little cup like this for me. I dip the strip into here, and I tell you whether you're in acidic range or an acid range. In order to get your body to an optimal state, to energize your body, you have to alkalize your body. Okay? You've got to alkalize to energize. So I'll explain much more about that during the program, but part of it is these pH strips. Continuing on. So help. I'm feeling all of these things. Or I've been suffering from chick V and I just want to move on. What can I do? You can allow your body some time to rest and repair itself naturally, and this is what the program is all about. Let me tell you how it works now. I should pause right here actually before I go into the 3 phases and 5 pillars of the program. Anybody has any questions?
Well, right now I have a message that came in saying detoxing does work. Cleansing diet helped reduce body inflammation, cleared skin of redness and rashes, lots more vitality. And that's from Kazi.
Kazi, okay. And I'm just getting a Skype in from Annabella main saying it's not letting us post responses on the webinar.
Oh, we're seeing your messages, Anna. It's just a little bit delayed. So you can go ahead and put it in, and I'm seeing your messages. We're all seeing your messages here.
Okay, I'm not seeing them, Monique, so you have to read any messages that come into me, okay?
Will do.
All right, is there anything I should answer now, or should I move on to the 3 phases and 5 pillars of the program?
You can move on right now. I will interject as soon as something else comes in.
Okay, let me just get to my notes before I see if there's anything that I have forgotten.
Okay, we also want to say welcome to Lisa AJ,
Hi, Lisa.
Patrick,
Patrick.
Georgia.
I think in Peru. That's so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I love it.
KAZIE.
Yes.
Yes. That's who that message came in from.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, detoxing does work. Hold on, there's another message here from Annabella. Oh, she says, okay, cool. She knows her stuff is being delayed. Okay, so let me move on to the 3 phases and 5 pillars of the program.
Okay, go right ahead.
So, 5 pillars of the program of this Live Fit Detox is we're going to eliminate, we are going to incorporate, we're going to accelerate, and we're going to motivate. What the hell does that mean? Oh, sorry, and there's one more. We're going to reinstate. So move on to, for me, Monique, a little bit to the next one. So most detox programs, or probably what your general idea of a detox program is, oh my God, I'm going to starve myself for 7 days. I'm only going to drink juice or blah, blah, blah. There's so many detox programs that have given the actual word detox a bad name. I did them all in my early days, you know, the master cleanse where you drink cayenne pepper and maple syrup and apple cider vinegar for 10 days. I've done juice cleanses. I have done cleanses where you just eat beans and lentils and rice for days. That's not what this program is about. We're going to eliminate what I call the bad boys or the toxic triggers in our bodies, but we're also going to support the detox process by incorporating the most delicious, organic as possible, super nutritious, high vitality food into our diets. We are also going to accelerate the program with yoga, breathing, exercise, self-care, 8 hours of sleep every night, skin brushing, oil pulling, colonics, hour of power, time in nature. All of this is going to take place in the 7 days. We're going to motivate each other. So anybody can do a detox. You can wake up and say, okay, this week, no alcohol, no wheat, no dairy, no sugar. And you can say you can do it. But the first person that walks through your door and say, hey, party, let's have a New Year's drink, you're going to be pulling out that bottle of wine, aren't you? We are going to hold each other accountable and support each other during this journey. And at the end of the journey, we are going, and let me go back to motivate, I'm going to be there with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you are online or with me in Kingston every single day. I'm going to be there supporting you and guiding you on this process. And then in the end, you're going to reinstate you. You're not just going to wake up on the Sunday morning after the detox and have a, you know, cheese omelet with toast and wash it down with condensed milk and coffee. We're going to slowly reinstate you back into the program. So let's go all the way back to the first thing, eliminate. Let's go back to that first slide. So remember, eliminate, incorporate, accelerate, motivate, and reinstate. What are we going to eliminate for these 7 days? We're actually going to be eliminating these things for 3 days prior to the detox. But the bad boys, the toxic triggers that are in most of our regular everyday diets, we are going to cut back so that we can bring our body into a state of equilibrium. I call them the bad boys. You can call them the bad girls or whatever you want to call them. Caffeine in all its forms, that's tea, coffee, colas, any kind of caffeinated sodas. Alcohol in all its forms, and yes, wine is alcohol for some of my wine-loving friends. Sugar in all its forms. We do, when I do my high vitality snacks, there's some amount of honey or maple syrup in the snacks just to sweeten, but generally there's no sugar. wheat, and that means no pasta, no bread, no white flours at all. Nothing at all with gluten goes into your body. Wheat and gluten, that should actually say. And no dairy. Dairy meaning no cheese, no milk, no yogurt, no eggs.
No yogurt, no eggs?
No cheese, no dairy, no yogurt, no eggs, and we're going to be eliminating all acidic producing foods. So some of the acidic producing foods that might surprise you are things like tomatoes, nightshades like eggplant, citrus fruits, except for lemon and lime, which lemon and lime are a big part of the program because they actually are very alkaline inducing in the body. So that's the elimination part. And I don't just throw you in it. The first phase of the detox is a pre-detox where we slowly start to cut these things out. After the elimination, or while we eliminate, we're going to incorporate the following things. As I said, delicious, high vitality, organic as possible foods into our bodies. So if you're with me in Kingston, I provide a service where I cook your lunch and dinner every single day. All you need to be responsible for is your green shake in your morning and your snacks. I also do cook and prepare the most amazing gluten-free, wheat-free, dairy-free snacks for you. And having a really good, high-quality snack that's accessible to you is very important. The other thing we're going to incorporate is the rule of giving your digestive system 12 hours of rest every night. So between your last meal, let's say if your last meal is at 7 p.m., you don't put anything solid in your body till 7 a.m. in the next morning. It takes your body, after you eat your last meal, it takes your body approximately 7 to 8 hours to completely digest what's in your body. And then another 4 hours to assimilate. So let's say if you ate dinner at 7, it takes 7 hours for the body to digest. So that will take you to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, say 2 o'clock in the morning. And then another 4 hours to assimilate. And you want to give your body all that time to really go through the digestive process and also the elimination process. We're going to incorporate exercise, yoga, and breathing. I've actually developed a special style of yoga just for this program that involves a lot of breathing. 90% of the toxins in our body, 80% of the toxins in our body are eliminated through breath. We're going to remember what it means to take care of ourselves, self-care. We're going to slow ourselves down. Remember what it means to take care of ourselves first before taking care of anybody else. We're going to only use natural skincare products on our bodies. In case you don't realize it is not, or in case you haven't really thought about it, it's not just what you put into your body, what you consume, ingest, it's also what you put on your body. The average woman puts 512 different chemicals on her body before she walks out of the door in the morning, the average woman, and that is true. Between the hair products, the makeup, the nail polish, the toothpaste, the lipstick, the deodorant, the body lotions, there are over 512 different chemicals that we're actually putting onto the body that actually gets absorbed directly into us. And the other thing that we're going to incorporate is the thing that none of us are getting enough of, which is rest. We're going to be insisting on 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. So moving on to the next thing, eliminate, incorporate, and then we're going to accelerate. How do we accelerate this program? So I only have you for 7 days, right? Some of you who may have had the chickpea really bad, I'm going to ask you to think about continuing the program on your own for 21 days. I always say it takes 27 days to renew, but 21 days to a whole new you. So you might want to continue the program for 21 days to really get that poison out of your body, which is, to me, chickpea is like a poison. So during this stage, we're going to try as best as possible to change your pH from an acidic state to alkaline state. I'm not saying I'm going to get you there in 7 days, but we're certainly going to try. We are going to incorporate an hour of power every day. That I'll just have to explain to you later on. Your hour every day, that's just for you, where you practice exercise, breathing, meditation, and deep relaxation. We're going to incorporate Live Fit Yoga. This is an option, but one of the things I highly suggest on a detox is a colonic. Not everybody's open to that idea. It's not mandatory, but I'm going to suggest you get colonics during the program. I'm also going to incorporate skin brushing. This is a dry brush hair. This is an incredible detox tool that you can use every single day in your shower. It's a way to remove the toxin from your skin and lymphatic system, which I'll teach you how to do. The other thing we're going to be doing is oil pulling. This hair is extra virgin coconut oil. I love this one. It's made in Jamaica. It's like the best I've ever found. I'll have it for sale on Monday. But we're going to be doing oil pulling. Oil pulling is a method of, I know it sounds disgusting, but it actually is something that I look forward to doing every single day. Gargling with coconut water, which helps to pull toxins out of your mouth. Remember, digestion begins in your mouth while you're chewing. It helps to pull all the toxins out your mouth. We're going to be doing Epsom salts baths and spending time in nature. So that's how we accelerate the program. And then accelerate, motivate, as I said, where it's group energy. Can move to the next slide there, Monique. We're going to be forming, whenever I do a detox, I call you my detox tribe. We're going to be forming a tribe. We actually kind of the whole world could be happening around us, but this is our little nucleus, our tribe, whether you're with us in body or virtually. We're going to be forming a tribe, so the group energy is super strong and supportive. You're going to get every single day another tool to put in your little toolbox for your life, a little tool, a little nugget of information that you can use so that this is not just a one-week program for you. This is something that you're going to use for the rest of your life. You're going to leave my program with a toolbox. And anytime you feel, oh my God, I've jumped off the bandwagon, you just have to open up that toolbox and say, okay, 3 days, I'm going to eliminate, incorporate, motivate, accelerate. These are the things I need to do to bring my body back in balance. It's going to become part of you. So I'm not really just teaching you or giving you a pill that you're going to pop for 7 days and then send you back into your world. I'm going to teach you how to cook this food, prepare this food, do this yoga, have this attitude that is going to support you and carry you through for the rest of your life. This is going to be part of you. It becomes you. Of course, you're going to get daily emails. One of the big things or tools that I use is a group WhatsApp chat. It just, I don't know, we form a detox tribe on WhatsApp, and that really just has seemed to work. You've got to use technology when you have it. And if I have many of you joining us online, which it seems to be, then we'll be doing group chats like this throughout the week. And then after the program, I'm going to reinstate you back slowly. So you don't just wake up the day after the program and go back to your old habits. No. Maybe you're missing your cup of coffee, but you're not going to have a cup of coffee with milk and sugar in it. You're going to have a cup of black coffee and see, is coffee a toxic trigger for you or not? You're going to incorporate wheat. I did a detox because I could not figure out what the heck was wrong with me. This was when I moved to Montego Bay 3 years ago. Before I left Kingston, before I left Shakti, I was in such a toxic state of stress and overload. And I couldn't understand why any time I ate, my stomach swelled up. And I realized after doing a 40-day detox, and I'll tell that story another time, that I have a terrible allergy or toxic trigger for wheat or gluten. And I've absolutely eliminated from my diet. And I am like a completely different human being than I was 3 years ago. You will, if you follow this program and trust in the process, feel lighter, leaner, more energy, more focused. You'll have better skin, less headaches, less indigestion, joint pain. Hopefully, if you've had chickpea, you're going to feel like yourself again. And most of all, your attitude about life is going to be different. And yes, you are going to glow, because that's just part. You just get this glow, the glow of good health. So moving on to the next thing, 5 pillars of the program. There are 3 phases of the program.
Okay, Sharon, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put a pause, a quick pause,
Yes.
just to speak for the chat group. Uh,
Yes.
Sherry mentioned that she hasn't been able to sleep for 8 hours since early 2013, and that is major.
That's huge, Chevy. And you're not the only one, so don't feel like you're the only one out there. I've had many people that come to my program, and one of the incredible, kind of almost miraculous, like I don't know really what happens, but when your body gets back into a state of equilibrium, your your cadence, your whatever it is in the body, as I said, I'm not speaking doctor speak here, your rhythms of being awake and being resting start to come back into balance. Now, also, you do have a young baby, so I know you haven't had much rest or sleep, and that's definitely going to be different for you right now, but it does help, and I could give you hundreds of testimonials. Go on my testimonial and see. Sleep is one of the major benefits, a restful sleep, peaceful sleep that you get. And I tell you, sleep, if you don't get proper sleep, you can't be healthy. Sleep is
Exactly.
when the body, sleep is when the body detoxes itself. Sleep is when the body repairs. So we're going to get you back, Chevy, to a state where you're going into deep sleep.
And also, Patrick had mentioned that he has one of the problems, unable to lose weight, with plenty of energy and etc. And he laughs about it.
Patrick, as again, you're not the only one out there. You see, when our body is exposed for so long to all of these toxic substances, and they're around us without you even knowing. They're in the cleaning products beside your table. They are in the air that you breathe in when you're walking around on the street. They're in the stuff that you wear. They're called, what the new terminology is, they're endocrine inhibitors. What happens is these toxic substances start to inhibit the natural functioning of your endocrine, your hormonal system. And you, more than anybody, knows that your hormones control your life. It controls everything. It not just controls the inner workings, it controls your attitude to life. So when you eliminate or reduce the endocrine inhibitors in your life, give your body some time to rest and repair itself, you come back into a state of balance. And that is when you see the weight loss start to come. You cannot lose weight unless your body is in a state of balance. I don't care what nutritionist you go to or doctor or what pill or latest fad is out there. If your body is not in a state of balance, you cannot lose the weight. Now, I don't promote my detox as a weight loss program. I think that puts so much pressure on people that, oh my God, I have to lose weight. But I promise you that if you trust in the process and your body needs to lose weight because they're very skinny, toxic people, right? You can look at people and say, oh my God, they're so skinny, but they are some very, very toxic, skinny people out there. Just because you're overweight doesn't mean you're toxic, or just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're clean. But if your body needs to lose weight, it will do so when you're in balance. And if you are giving it what it needs, high vitality food, rest, exercise, self-care, fresh air, etc. Okay? So stay positive. It's going to work for you.
Sounds good to me. So we're moving on now to a day in the life of your Live Fit
Lipid
Detox.
detox. Okay, I think I may have missed the 3 phases, which just very quickly going through this, there are 3 phases. 3 days before the program, which means on the Thursday, the 22nd, you're going to be starting your pre-detox phase, which means you're going to start to eliminate. You don't have to change your diet drastically, but you will not be eating any sugar, alcohol, wheat, or dairy. So what does that mean? Okay, so if in the morning your breakfast is usually 2 pieces of toast, okay, let's typical, 2 pieces of hard-dough bread with some butter and a cup of coffee to wash it down with, and you're out the door, you're not going to have that. Maybe you're going to have some egg whites with callaloo or some saltfish and callaloo and green banana, something like that. So You got to start thinking now, the first 3 days of your program, you're going to be eliminating. If you're a big coffee drinker like me, that's my big vice. I love my coffee. It helps me with my high energy and just to keep going. And I love my coffee, but I also know coffee in itself is not bad, but over time it builds up as toxic overload. It puts a lot of stress on the liver and kidneys. So coffee is something you can't just drop, not eliminate. You get terrible headaches. I don't want you starting this program on Sunday with horrible coffee headaches or sugar withdrawals. I want you to slowly start weaning yourself off as of now, so that on Thursday the 22nd, when you start your pre-detox, you are off of sugar, alcohol, wheat, and dairy, and you can start to wrap your head around having a green shake in the morning for breakfast during the 7 days of the detox, which we'll talk about soon. Any questions there?
Not as yet. When they come in, I'll let you know.
All right, so what does a day in the life of a Live Fit detoxer look like? Please do not look at the times here, because you may be on a completely different time schedule as me. It depends on your schedule and your time, but generally, this is what it looks like. Early morning, rise and shine. The first thing that you do when you wake up is drink 8 ounces of lemon water. In Jamaica right now, lemons are in high season. It's fantastic. You're going to be buying a bunch of lemons, because you're going to drink a whole lemon squeezed into an 8 or 10 ounce glass of water as you rise in the morning. You're going to go to the bathroom. Ignore that thing about the pH test. I'm going to be doing that with you. That's if you're going to join us online. You take your pH test there, and I'll talk to the online group differently. Then, first thing in the morning, I want you to do is get what I call your hour of power. Get out and start to move your body. Whether you run, you walk, you bicycle, you swim, you do your yoga, you're going to do something to get the body moving. Your body is designed to move. It needs to move. It also needs to sweat. So we're going to get to our hour of power. After our morning hour of power, we're going to do our dry brush massage, which I will teach you exactly how to do that. And you're also going to be doing your oil pulling with your coconut oil. Then you're going to have, first thing I want you to put into your body is your green power shake. Now let me just tell you, when I first started doing this and shakes, I'm like, are you crazy? I'm like a granola girl, big bowl of granola with syrup, with milk and bananas, and I needed some food and crunch in my body, or I was like a, egg white kind of girl. So like a green shake. A green shake is something that you kind of evolve into, but I'm going to cut straight through the experimental phase and give you my favorite recipes, because you're going to learn how to make these green shakes at home on your own. So prior to the program, you're going to get all of my favorite recipes, and then over time you start to develop your own. And I tell you, you'll look for your day. I know it might sound like inconceivable to some of you, but you're going to absolutely look forward to having a green shake for the rest of your life. I highly recommend you getting what I call a blender bottle, a shake bottle. I only have 2 left for sale. So if you are anywhere and you find a bottle that has this little blender thing inside, because you probably won't be able to drink this entire shake thing all in one go, and you want to carry it with you, so you can shake it up as you go. So you're going to have your green shake, and then if you're with me in Kingston, I make these most amazing. When I found out I had a gluten and wheat allergy, I started to make gluten-free snacks. And I think I've really come up with some incredible winners. I mean, protein, hemp protein, chocolate bars, and almond power balls, and banana quinoa breakfast cookies, and all kinds of amazing things. If you're not with me, you're going to get recipes. You can make your own. Or I will give you a list of other things that you can snack on. So you have a mid-morning snack, and then if you're with me in Kingston, you buy your lunch and dinner. And I follow for my lunch and dinner, and for my life anyway, the 80-10-10 rule. So when I eat a meal, it's in the 80-10-10 rule. 80% of my plate is green or from vegetables. maybe a few fruity type stuff, but mostly vegetables, 10% protein and 10% carbohydrates. Then you're going to have your afternoon snack. Again, another snack or something you have made. And then dinner is, so you have a liquid meal in the morning and a liquid meal at night. So dinner is a soup and a salad. And then remember, nothing in your body. Hopefully you can get a 20-minute walk right after dinner to help you digest your food. And then going to bed at 10 o'clock, by 9 o'clock at night. Nothing solid in your body between the last meal and the first meal when you wake up. So basically, that's a day in your life of your detox. And a week in the life of your detox is you're going to do your hour power every day. You're going to take 3 pH tests. So we're going to do a pH test on the Sunday, again on the Wednesday, and again on the Friday to see if your blood levels are shifting. Again, this is totally up to you, but I really suggest at least 1 colonic during the detox, and I can recommend a great place in Kingston to do it. And if you're somewhere else in Kingston, please try to research now where you can get a really good high-quality colonic. I want you to schedule a spa treatment, something wonderful for yourself that you don't do often, a massage or a facial or a mani-pedi or reflexology or a scrub, something that week that says to you, this is your gift and I love you. We're going to do something in nature. If you are in Kingston, last time I did this, the last detox I did in Kingston, when was that? It was in June. Gosh, it seems so long ago. But on the last day, we went up to Serendipity up in the mountains and we did our yoga right there, and then we did a whole body scrub and jumped into the waterfalls for our nature day. But being in nature is very, very big on my program. And then we're also going to have 1 day that is an electronic-free day. I know that sounds almost impossible, but we're going to have an electronic-free day. So that's a day in your life and a week in the life of your lipid detox. Let me answer. I know this question is going to come up, so I'm going to answer it before it even comes up. Can you do this detox while you are working? Please let me know you're ready. Okay, I'm getting a note from Monique that I need to wrap this up very quickly. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up very quickly and say this week you need to have in your head that this week is kind of like a staycation for you. So if you're going to do this program, I don't want you to schedule. Yes, you can work, but I don't want you to schedule anything major, any launches of new products in your business, any major birthday parties, things in your life. Major things may come up, okay? I've had people who are on my detox, and on the 3rd day, husband wakes up and says, I'm out of your life. I don't want to live with you anymore. The girl was so happy. She had this, it was the one thing that she could cling on to. I've had breakups, I've had deaths. Things happen. But I don't want you to schedule anything except the barest minimum that you need to do that week in terms of work, so that this is about you, okay? So the days and times you need to commit to is a 3-day pre-detox, Thursday the 22nd to the 24th. The 7-day detox, which runs a Sunday to the 31st, which is a Saturday, and then the 3 days after, where you start to reintroduce foods into your diet. Moving to the next one. During the 7 days, if you are in Kingston, move to the next slide, please. We're going to be meeting on Sunday the 25th, 9:45 to 12 noon to do our first pH test, give you an introduction to Live Fit Yoga, and also to form a sacred circle. What happens in our detox stays in our detox. We become a tribe, whether we're online or in the program, and we form a sacred circle and share what's going on with each person. On Monday, you're going to be needed for Live Fit Yoga and a small workshop from 8:45 to 11:30. You'll be able to pick up your lunch and dinner right after that and head home. I'll see you again on Tuesday the 27th at 5:45 to 7 p.m. for restorative yoga. On Wednesday, you're going to be doing 8:45 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. another pH test, live fit yoga, and a sacred circle. On Thursday, I see you for gentle yoga and yoga nidra on the 29th, which is yoga nidra is deep yogic sleep. On Friday the 30th, we have a short class, 8:45 to 10:30. And on Saturday is the last day. It's up to the group. Sometimes we start earlier if we need to or later, but generally it's about 2 hours on Saturday for a sacred Saturday yoga class, which will be different from Live Fit and a sacred circle. You pick up your meals from me every day at 12 noon. I'm a stickler for this. If you're going to look at this program, you need to look at this importantly now. And if you can't schedule this now, if it's not scheduled to me, it's not real. If you don't schedule it and commit to this week, then it's not really real. So what we need to be doing right now, payment to me, because my space is very limited to 20 people maximum, payment is important. If you want to do this, I need you to pay and commit now. No, I'm not saving any spots on this program for anybody without payment. So you'll need to go online to the link. You should have that in your email. Pay and commit. There are many ways to pay. It's all online. However, today I'm offering an additional $25 US off the program if you pay and sign up tonight by midnight. Because I really want people to commit to this so I know exactly what my numbers are. You need to look at what the requirements are and schedule everything. If it's not scheduled, it's not real. Do not schedule any major deadlines and social events for Detox Week. This is your staycation. Start to think about what I've said. Clean out your fridge and pantry, and this is time to be starting to ask me any questions that you want. The sooner that you pay, you're going to get my detox manual, which has all the information that you need to know. So as soon as you can, pay for the program. You'll be sent a detox manual with every single thing that you need to know. It's also very important that you get the support and loved one of family and friends. So you need to let all the people around you know you're going to do this and that you need support. All right? I don't need your husband coming home with a big ice cream and shoving it up your nose. The husband, wife, children, parents need to support you. You need to start shopping for your supplies, for your green shakes, your meals, if you're going to be cooking your own meals, or if you're on the online program, which I'm going to have to talk separately to that group, and snacks. You need to get ready. Listen up. Get ready for some not so wonderful detox symptoms. Okay, the first few days of detoxing can feel like hell, all right? And I speak to all of this. The moment you register and pay, the moment you start connecting with me and we take this thing to the next level. Chevy has asked a quick question. I need to take this journey with my baby. Is that going to be okay? Chevy, you will be able to take this journey with your baby, and your baby will be the happiest baby on earth. Happy mommy, happy baby. Yes, I know the journey, baby will probably not be able to come to the yoga classes if that's what you mean. So you'll need to have baby taken care of during those times. But yes, you can do this with a baby, and you can do this while you're breastfeeding. And Casey says, I wish I could be there in person. You won't be able to, Casey, but maybe you can join us online. So think about that. So if there are any last bits and pieces of questions, I'm going to be ending in 4 minutes. Send them right now so we can let them know to me. But I wanted to leave you with one of my favorite quotes, and it is, the irony of commitment is it is deeply liberating in work, in play, and in love. The act of commitment frees you from your internal critic, from the fear that likes to dress itself up and parade around as rational hesitation. To commit is to remove your head as a barrier to your life. So I know many of you out there have wanted to do a detox for a long time. I've heard about the detox. I've probably heard about my detox from your friends or family. Or you just really feel like crap and you just know in your heart you need to do this, but you're like, how the hell am I going to I don't do yoga. You know, how am I going to do yoga every day? I'm not a yogi. This has nothing to do with doing yoga. It has nothing to do with anything but your willingness to show up, trust in the process, and love yourself enough to do this for yourself. So this is what I do. This is why I'm put on earth, to serve you in this way. It is my joy. So Monique is putting up a screen here. Register and pay. You can make a direct deposit to my US account. You can pay through your credit card. It's super easy. Everything is online. If you have questions, you address me or Monique will answer them. Tonight at midnight is the end of my additional $25 off the program. Whether you're joining me online or whether you want that program off the food or off the actual detox, it's up to you. I look forward to seeing you all in Kingston or online. Be in touch with me right away and let's make this happen. Commit and take the fear away. It's all going to be good.
That's awesome. So on this page,
I want to say namaste to everybody and thank you. I'm just here to shine my light so that you can see and make your light shiny too. Love. Yes, Monique.
Thanks so much, Sharon. So I'm just making one last comment on the page that you're viewing this webinar at right now. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll be able to see where you can pre-register or you can make your payments. Now, you'll be getting $25 off up until midnight tonight, so you have a few hours to decide if you want to go ahead and take this wonderful step. And this information will always be here, and if anything, just go to livefitdetox.com and make your payment.
What Monique has posted today, right now, just until midnight, if you pay everything on there, on those buttons are $25 less than they normally are. Correct, Monique?
That's right.
Right. Okay. So do what you can. If you know friends or family that really need this, I really am appealing to my friends, the 70% of the people I know in Kingston that have suffered from chickpea. My heart and my soul goes out to you, and I really, I want you to be on this program because I know that I can help you. All right, you cut me off, Monique. All right, we're done?
No, I didn't cut you off.
Oh, okay. There. Any of you that have suffered, 2 more minutes, any of you that have suffered from chickpea and you're getting the reoccurring and you're still walking with pain and you feel older than your years and it's made you depressed. I have so many friends that are going through this, and I just know that this can only do you good. I can't say it's going to cure you, but I promise you it'll put you in the right direction. Taking another round of steroids or anti-inflammatory drugs are not going to do it. What your body needs is to get that poison out and have yourself supported by food from the earth and rest and self-care and yoga and breathing and positive energy. All right? Sounds good? Love to you all. Be in touch with me. Sign up now. Commit to yourself. Have a beautiful day. Monique, thank you so, so much. You've been amazing.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I am technologically toxic, so anything I touch in technology seems to blow up, so I'm very happy that we've actually been able to do this.
Awesome.
And this will all be recorded, and you'll receive an email with the recording tonight, Monique, or tomorrow?
Tonight. Yes, you will.
Tonight? Okay, tonight, and you can go over any points and ask me any questions, okay? Namaste.